Hello and welcome to Midday Update. Coming up are the headlines for the day. New archaeological discovery in North Al Batinah Governorate. More cultural exchanges in the offing according to Japan's envoy. Over 150 electronic shisha seized in South Al Sharqiya. Elon Musk suspends Kathy Griffin's Twitter account permanently. Death toll rises to 19 in Tanzania's plane crash. Experts looking at India's possible role in brokering peace between Russia and Ukraine. Premier League, Mohamed Saleh's brace helps Liverpool defeat Tottenham Hotspur. Somi Wildan bag grand double in badminton tournament. Those are the headlines. Now for the local stories for the day. The Ministry of Heritage and Tourism announced a new archaeological discovery dating back to the 3rd millennium BC in the Vilayat of Saham in the North Al Batinah Governorate. The Ministry of Heritage and Tourism announced the discovery of an archaeological site from the early Bronze Age in Dawa area in the Vilayat of Saham in the North Al Batinah Governorate in the Sultanate of Oman. The joint Omani-American archaeological excavation team, which is supervised by the Ministry of Heritage and Tourism, headed by Professor Dr. Nasir Al-Jawari, Dr. Khalid Douglas from the Department of Archaeology at Sultan Qaboos University, and Professor Kimberly Williams from Temple University in Philadelphia, USA, has uncovered a distinctive set of archaeological tools from the 3rd millennium BC. Professor Nasir Al-Jawari, the discoverer of the site in 2013, said the following. The Dawa archaeological site is among the important early Bronze Age sites in the North Al Batinah Governorate due to the nature and quantity of archaeological finds that were uncovered during the various seasons of survey and excavation that began in 2013 and continued until 2021. Al-Jawari added that in 2013, the department began its field work by conducting a comprehensive archaeological survey in the Dawa region, and 5 distinct archaeological sites were discovered that include ancient settlements dating back to the so-called Nar culture. These sites represent the oldest permanent settlements in the north of the Sultanate of Oman, and as a result of the importance of this discovery, the archaeological department continued the field research to identify the nature of the settlement and the exact history of it by conducting 6 seasons of archaeological excavations, all of which was focused on the sites of Dawa 1 and Dawa 7, Al-Jawari said. The maiden visit of Japan's Ground Self-Defense Forces Western Army Band to the Sultanate of Oman is only the start of many more cultural exchanges between the two countries, according to Yohato Yamamoto, ambassador of Japan to Oman. Around 50 military personnel of the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force Western Army Band attended the military tattoo, military music Oman and the World, hosted by the Royal Opera House, Muscat, over the past 3 days. Their performance includes drills, singing and Japanese drums that left the audience enthralled over the 3 days from November 3rd to 5th. Ahead of their performances at the ROHM, a 6-member team performed at a concert organized by the Embassy of Japan at the Crown Plaza Hotel. 6 members of the 50-member band performed and began the concert with Hanawasaku, a requiem for victims of the Great East Japan earthquake in 2011. The song is a message of sincere thanks from all Japanese people to many people and countries in the world who extended enormous support in the aftermath of the earthquake. Yamamoto expressed deep gratitude from Japan to people in Oman and people in all the countries. The Consumer Protection Authority has raided a shop specialized in the sale of cigarettes and tobacco and seized more than 150 electronic shisha in South Al Sharqiya Governorate. The Consumer Protection Department in South Al Sharqiya Governorate was able to seize quantities of electronic shisha in a store in the Vilayat of Jalan Manibu Hassan as part of the efforts made by the authority to combat the spread of prohibited substances that have an impact on the health and safety of the individual and society. The department received a report from a consumer stating that a shop was selling electronic shisha. After verification and investigation, the Judicial Control Officer was able to seize 198 electronic shisha and confiscate the seized quantities in preparation for their destruction after completing the legal procedures in their regard. Also, a report of seizure of the incident was issued and an administrative fine was imposed on the violating facility, which is in violation of Resolution number 698 by 2015 regarding the ban on the circulation of electronic cigarettes and shisha. The authority calls on all shops and commercial centres to adhere to the laws and decisions in force in order to avoid legal accountability, as the imposition of such fines come to deter anyone who is tempted to engage in such illegal activities that threaten the safety of individuals. Those are the local stories. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with international news. Stay tuned.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to Midday Update, now for the international stories. Comedian Kathy Griffin becomes the latest Twitter casualty as her account got suspended after Twitter CEO Elon Musk rolled out that handles engaged in impersonation without clearly specifying parody will be suspended permanently. Griffin had changed her profile name to Musk, following which she seems to have been promptly banned from the social media site, as per news report. This was despite her handle showing her own Kathy Griffin name. Elon Musk said this goes against the company policy against impersonation. Elon Musk on Sunday said through a series of tweets that any Twitter handle found engaged in impersonation without clearly specifying parody will be suspended permanently. Twitter's new CEO further said that unlike before, no warning will be given now as widespread verification is being rolled out. He also said that any name change now will cause a temporary loss of the verified checkmarks. Earlier, Twitter updated its iOS app for Apple iPhone users, including the new $7.99 per month Blue subscription. Twitter Blue with verification is currently available on iOS in the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand and the UK. The death toll from Sunday's plane crash in Lake Victoria in Tanzania has jumped to 19, media reports said, quoting Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa. The incident occurred when a precision air flight plunged into the water while approaching the northwestern city of Bukoba, reported Nigeria-based media outlet. All Tanzanians are with you in mourning the 19 people who lost lives during this incident, Majaliwa said. The Prime Minister made the remarks to a crowd after arriving at Bukoba airport, where the flight had been scheduled to land from the financial capital Dar es Salaam. Earlier, the Fire and Rescue Service said that 3 are reported dead and the rescue is ongoing. However, the toll has jumped to 19. The rescue service has urged people to remain calm. Precision Air, a publicly listed company which is Tanzania's largest private airline, has said it had dispatched rescuers to the scene. An investigation team consisting of Precision Air technical staff and TAA has also been departed to join the rescue team on the ground, the airline said in a statement. Moreover, President Samia Suluhu Hassan also expressed her condolences to those affected. Ahead of External Affairs Minister S. Jayashankar's visit to Moscow this week, several diplomats and foreign policy experts are keeping a close eye on India's possible role in pressing for peace between Russia and Ukraine. As per sources, officials within the Indian government have already been discussing what role India might play in peacemaking efforts when the time is right. The main issue pertaining to the matter is the unwillingness to talk between Russia and Ukraine. While Ukraine is feeling it has a momentum on the battlefield, on the other hand, Russia seems in no mood to talk. However, experts believe that if owing to the war, the rising energy prices make life really miserable in Ukraine, a settlement or a ceasefire may be possibly reached. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi enjoys a good rapport with President Putin and can speak to Russia directly. However, India continuing to buy Russian oil and refusing to support resolutions against Russia has angered Ukraine and US. But India has believed that calling out Russia would achieve little while staying neutral, at least in public, could come in handy in efforts to end the war. If the peacemaking efforts succeed, it can bring a more prominent place for India in the global order and bring it closer to the long-sought prize, a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council. External Affairs Minister S. Jayashankar at a conference last month in New Zealand asked, "How do you get to facilitate at least the ability for the participants in the conflict to sit down and talk? Whatever we can do, we will be willing to do." Another possibility floated by the diplomats is a joint mediation effort led by India, Israel, and the United Arab Emirates. He added that the Indian Foreign Service has very skillful diplomats and that if they offer to help with talks with Russia and Ukraine were ready for them, that would be good. Jaishankar will begin his two-day visit to Russia on Monday. He will be holding talks with the country's foreign minister Sergei Lavrov in continuation of the regular high-level dialogue between the two sides. Talks between the two sides are expected to cover the entire range of bilateral issues and exchange views on various regional and international developments. Those are the international stories. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with sports news. Stay tuned.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the sports news. Mohamed Salah struck twice as Liverpool defeated Tottenham Hotspur 2-1 on Sunday to maintain their charm over the London club in the Premier League. Jurgen Klopp's team began the match 10 points behind fourth-place Spurs. Jurgen Klopp's team dominated the match from the start and took an early lead. Attacks from Tottenham were few and far between, but the hosts nearly levelled when Evan Perisic saw a header hit the post via a touch of Alisson Becker's shoulder, with the goalkeeper then quickly getting to his feet and saving Pierre-Emile Højbjerg's hit. The Reds were dominating control, but their second goal was thanks in no small part to Spurs' error. The wave of Tottenham pressure had dispersed, but Harry Kane got them back in the game with 20 minutes left. Dejan Kulusevski, just on as a substitute, slipped through a ball into the striker's path and he fired home low. The Indonesian pair of Somi and Wildan claimed a grand double, sweeping the men's double titles in elite and open categories at the inaugural Oman Grand Prix Badminton Tournament 2022, which concluded on Saturday. The two-day tournament turned out to be a grand success with the participation of 155 shuttlers from Oman and neighbouring countries. Organised by AMM Sports in association with Oman Badminton Committee and held at the newly built indoor courts of the Muscat Badminton Club in Gala, the prize money tournament featured 6 categories. Besides the elite and open in the men's doubles, the other categories included men's single open, men's doubles Omani nationals, women's doubles open and kids team event. It was a dominating display by the Abu Dhabi-based Indonesian duo at the double doubles meant that they returned home richer by Omani Real 700 with Omani Real 400 for the elite doubles crown and Omani Real 300 for the open title. In the elite final, Somi and Wildan defeated Achyut and Asif, while in the open final, the pair beat Roshan and Shijaz. Akash won the men's singles title, denying Somi a chance for a hat-trick of titles. The pair of Salim Al-Bukbali and Yahya Al-Shibli won the doubles crown in Omani nationals category with a victory over Tahir and Ahmed Al-Barwani. Ilahi and Huda took the top honours in the women's doubles, getting past a duo of Nimita and Christine, while Team Fearless Fighters won the kids team event. Team Indian School Muscat finished runners-up. Later, Khalifa Al-Majrafi, General Secretary of Oman Badminton Committee, and Ahmed Isa Al-Zujali, Chief Executive Officer of Muscat Media Group, were the guests of honour and gave away the prizes. Those are the local, international and sports stories for the day. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.